Thank you all for this fabulous response to the videos I posted on Insights with Nandan. Many of you asked me questions, and we've tried to respond to these questions with fresh videos from time to time. One of the questions that was asked, some of you asked me to say something about coaching. So I decided to turn to somebody who knows a lot more about coaching than I do. And this is Jaspal Bajwa, who's had a fabulous global career, 15 years with Nestle, 10 years with Bosch & Lomb, including as CEO in many geographies, and then as a consultant, as a mentor, as a coach. I invited Jaspal to share his views on what it takes to be a good coach and what coaching and how coaching can help you. So please do have a listen to what Jaspal has to say.
Nandan, thank you for inviting me to share a few thoughts on coaching and how does it differ for high potentials and others. We all know the VUCA world, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, can mean either of the two things. You get dislodged from your perch, no matter how large or successful you have been, or if you so choose, you can tap into almost infinite potential. For organizations, executive coaching is becoming an increasingly used tool in addition to on-the-job training, mentorship, and culture building activities, for the simple fact that the ask rate has gone high. Talent is scarce. The environment is full of both opportunity and risk, and future-ready leaders are needed in a solid bench strength. They find it easy to bring in external coaches because of the simple fact that any research we have done thus far suggests the return on investment can be as high as 500 or 700%. And according to Harvard Business Review, most of the time executive coaching, 88% of the time, is for high potentials, and to act as a sounding board for senior leaders. Only for 10 or 12% of the time it is used to address derailed behaviors. So, for the individual executive, no matter how successful you have been thus far, you might want to recall what Marshall Goldsmith, the executive coach #1 of the world, said as a title of his book: "What got you here won't get you there." So if you truly want to live out and play your big game, no matter where you are on the 9-box matrix which talent assessment boards try and plot you on one axis is the potential, on the other axis is performance. And sure enough, those of us who can find ourselves in the top right-hand corner would get executive coaching offered to them. But my advice is, wherever you are on that matrix, take your own decisions to want to own your life and to want to grow into what you can be should you so choose to. We often underestimate the power of growing and developing ourselves as individuals, and this is the last thing we'd want to do in a world where leadership quotient is actually going to be linked with learning quotient. The good news I bring to you from robust sciences like positive psychology is that it's entirely learnable. Anyone can rediscover himself or herself and thereafter go ahead and reinvent and rewire yourself. In Sonia Circle, the approach we follow to coaching taps into two very powerful engines of growth. One is the ancient adage, know yourself. A lot of executives think they know themselves, but when we conduct assessments, the blind spots, the biases become so apparent And in fact, we end up with findings like only 10 or 15% self-knowledge. So we invite coaches to be self-directed and tap into the second source of power and growth, which is be stakeholder focused. Go for a win-win. Delight multiple stakeholders, your employees, your customers, your financial stakeholders, and if you can, the community at large. You may have heard of the triple bottom line: planet, people, profits. When you want to make the most of coaching, most of this investment in yourself, just keep in mind 2 or 3 tips that I wanted to leave with you. First and foremost, the timing has to be right. You must judge whether it is the right time to invite a coach into your life. Each assignment usually lasts between 9 to 15 months. And together with your human resources colleagues, you would want to look into 3 C's, which sort of add up to the 4th and the 5th C. The 4th and the 5th C is what your coach is to you. Your coach is your champion. Your coach is also your challenger. He or she brings, through training and competencies, judgment-free awareness and clarity for your big game. And not just, as I said, the desire to dream, but also to play big. So the first thing you want to seek out by looking at more than one coach are their credentials. The International Coaching Federation has as many as 11 competencies and then 3 categories of coaches: ACC, PCC, and then MCC. In addition to bringing clarity and awareness, your coach is also your accountability partner and shares with you his or her experience in designing for success, so that even if you have been a successful executive, a coach can help and enable you to be even more successful and bring even more joy in your life. And not just for your own life, but even for your team to be able to operate at its fullest. The second C, in addition to credentials and competencies, is credibility. See what other coaches have to say about the coach. There's something called the Net Promoter Score, and you may want to ask, what do other coaches say about the coach? Last but not least, look for chemistry, because this is a very unique relationship and it's based on trust and confidentiality. So I'm sure if you do what I just shared with you, which is look for the right timing, look for owning and driving this process, as this is an investment in yourself. And thereafter, if your coach has good credibility and good chemistry, I know you will be able to make the most of coaching, regardless of whether you've been called a high potential or anyone else in the 9-box matrix of performance and potential. I wish each of your viewers, Nandu, the very best in this adventure of life and leadership. Much success, much joy. Thank you for inviting me to share these thoughts with you.
I hope you found that useful and interesting. Now here's what I'd like you to do. If you liked the video, please click the like button. If there's something more you'd like to listen to or a point of view that you have, please engage, please leave a comment, and I'll try and respond to it either directly or in future videos. And most importantly, if you liked the video or you found something relevant, please share it with your friends. Finally, please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon so you can get notifications whenever we post fresh videos. Thank you for being with us, and help make this channel a success. So together we can explore many new areas and grow intellectually.